All right, welcome back to the channel. So Tyson Fury looks like he is trying to get out of the Deontay Wilder fight, um, claiming that it's taken too long. Deontay Wilder's team responds and says, "No, that's not the case. The fight is taking place in December." Let me assure you that I do not believe either one of those things, and I will reiterate why I do not believe them. However, Tyson Fury, I just have to say, dude, is a lowlife. An absolute and complete lowlife. The more I learn about this guy, the more I watch him, the less I like him. Let's talk about that in this video. All right, welcome back to the channel. So first and foremost, before I get into the details of Tyson Fury claiming that he's going to knock the fight with Deontay Wilder on the head if he can't make this fight by December, right? Now, before I get into that, I have to tell you that everything in this video is around me thinking that Tyson Fury's a scumbag. And the reason that I think that the dude is one, in my opinion, is because he's a cheater, he's a liar, and he does not keep his promises. Cheater, liar, doesn't keep his promises. The combination of those three things, dude, to me, it just shows what type of person he is. Tyson Fury let me go over the cheating part first. He has tested positive for performance-enhancing drugs and served a 2-year suspension, and even in that, he lied and said somebody sold him wild boar meat, and even then he cheated by refusing to pay the guy that lied about the wild boar meat the money. That, my friend, is a lowlife, cheater, and a liar, okay? Deontay Wilder's fight. Tyson Fury was sitting there weighing 400 pounds, 500 pounds, whatever you wore. Deontay Wilder he did not need Tyson Fury to continue to move on in his life. Deontay Wilder gave Tyson Fury everything Tyson Fury asked for to make those fights. He gave him rematch clauses when he didn't deserve rematch clauses. He gave him 50% on fights when the dude hadn't gotten a paycheck out of a boxing ring. In 2 years, he gave him 50-50 on fights when Deontay Wilder was the draw in the United States. Deontay Wilder bent over backwards to be fair and to be welcoming to Tyson Fury. How did Tyson Fury behave? He behaved like a cheating, lowlife scumbag, is what he did. First, he cheated in the first fight by having a glove hanging half off his hand. And I do not care if you believe it or not. My eyes ain't lying to me, and neither is the videotape. But then, after there's a draw, Jack Reese ain't part of this, so I won't get on Jack Reese. After there's a draw, did Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder, who got a draw, exercise his rematch clause? Tyson Fury entered into a negotiation. Did the fight happen? No. Tyson Fury went over there to ESPN, took all of the carte blanche. What do you call it? Took all of the things that he gained from the Deontay Wilder fight, left Showtime, and took that over there to ESPN. So what do you call that? That's a scumbag. You work with somebody, you enter into somebody with an agreement. There's going to be a rematch clause. You guys are working together to build this fight, and you leave, go somewhere else. And then when he left and came somewhere else and didn't take the rematch clause, even though he claimed he won the fight, what did he do? In the second fight, he cheated again with a glove that was thinly padded at the best. Chokeholds with punches to the ribs at the same time, and all other kind of accusations came out about Tyson Fury, only one of which has to be true for him to be, like I said, a lowlife. But what he's doing now with this rematch clause. Oh, and let me not forget, also, the dude, he reneged on the second fight, and He is an alleged infamous. He's an infamous for sure, but an alleged mafia boss is his personal manager and his sugar daddy. What he needs he needs a billionaire mobster sugar daddy. What, like I said, low life. And if he wasn't a boxer, he'd be working for one of those type of guys, beating up old ladies and snatching their purses, running down the street when he was a teenager. That type of stuff out of Tyson Fury, because that's the type of person that would tell the story that he is telling now. That he is now, because he's mentally ill. Dude, stop. Stop. You can go outside of your house right now, grab some pebbles and throw it. Those pebbles will land on somebody with a mental health issue. But Tyson Fury, being the lowlife that he is, lied about donating his entire purse from the first Deontay Wilder fight to helping mental health, right? But then I see the dude pushing some brand new expensive car and acting like, get out of here. You didn't get that money. But, so I'm telling you, Tyson Fury, to me, no respect for this dude, man. No respect. For him to now, when Deontay Wilder has a rematch clause and we're in the middle of a pandemic, to try to get out of his rematch clause by saying the time expired so you can go do what? Fight some bum in Las Vegas. Let's be clear, because he does not have a British boxing license and he is not getting the Anthony Joshua fight because his own promoter already has Anthony Joshua fighting Kubrat Pulev. So the idea that Tyson Fury would be trying to pull out of this fight, like, I got to make this fight by the end of the year so he can fight Anthony Joshua, is a lie. If he's trying to get out of it, he's trying to get out of it so he can fight a nobody, is what he's trying to do. He's trying to collect another payday and fight a nobody and get out of fighting Deontay Wilder on a technicality. Now, what is this technicality that I'm hearing about? The technicality is the time frame in which you have to make the fight, right? But the only thing that I heard was that he had a certain amount of time to exercise the rematch clause, and he exercised the rematch clause. But now that we're in the middle of a pandemic, Tyson Fury doesn't want to fight him. Why? Number one, he got caught cheating, and he can't do it again. Okay? He got caught cheating, and he can't do it again. Not in the ways that he did before. And if you all don't believe he got caught cheating, I do not care. Okay? Just like if you want to come to me and tell me, hey, man, it's Christmas. Make sure it's December 24th. Make sure you make the cookies and the milk and put it underneath and put it right next to your chimney. So when Santa Claus comes down, he'll have something to eat and drink. No, I'm not going to waste my cookies or my milk. I buy the presents. I'm not a kid anymore. Tyson Fury cheated. Those were knuckles that you saw in his glove. In both fights, you saw clear imprints of his knuckles at the very surface of gloves. One in the palm, the other one at the knuckles. But now he wants to get out of the fight so he can fight because of my mental health. Because of my mental health. I mean, I'm just so anxious. I'm so anxious. I have to get out and fight. I mean, I'm sick. I'm Tyson Fury. You know, the world needs to give me what I want because, no, dude, you need to honor your rematch clause. Honor it. Honor it. If you have an agreement, you agreed already with Deontay Wilder what you were going to do. Do what you say you're going to do. That's what agreements are for. And that's why that's why I believe Tyson Fury is such a scumbag. Why I don't like Tyson Fury. Because there is no reason for him to pull out of the first fight with the original second fight with Deontay Wilder. He already did this. Deontay Wilder exercised the rematch clause and Tyson Fury disappeared to go fight two bums. And now you're going to try to do the same thing, go to Vegas and pick up another Vegas ESPN check and then claim you don't have to fight Deontay Wilder anymore. So you get out of here. Your agreement was to rematch Deontay Wilder if you won. Be a man, be honest, keep your part of the deal. If it means you fight in February and December, big deal, keep your word. Keep your word. But suffice it to know, not suffice it to know, let's just understand this. That Tyson Fury is just bopping off at the lips. Because the second he tries to make a fight, unless Shelley Finkle and DAZN, and there's another thing about Shelley Finkle and these dudes, man. I'm not buying this shit anymore. Shelley Finkle need to do a better job with Deontay Wilder. Straight up. Because if Deontay Wilder doesn't want to fight till February, it's Shelley Finkle's job to get that done. Not Shelley Finkle's job to be out there in the media saying this fight's going to happen in December if Deontay Wilder wants the fight to happen in February. It's supposed to be his job to negotiate for Deontay Wilder. But at least that's for me looking on the outside in. But the whole thing is upsetting because if Tyson Fury was just a better fighter, and I do believe that, like stylistically, like boxing, he's a better fundamental boxer than Deontay Wilder. But that does not mean he's going to win that fight. And you don't know how severely Deontay Wilder could beat this dude if he cheats. And definitely won't be able to know if he just doesn't take the fight and goes somewhere else and tries to declare himself the king. And get out of here with this Tyson Fury nonsense, man. This dude I really wish that 400-pound dude just would have stayed sitting right where he was, man. And we could have just continued to go on with Anthony Joshua. Because if you would have asked me 2 years ago if it was possible that Tyson Fury would make me reminisce over Anthony Joshua's ducking, man, wow. Anyway, it is what it is. You let me know what you think in the comment section. With that, I'm out on this one. Peace.